Good morning and thank you for joining us today. We'd like to welcome you to our virtual press lounge here from the innovation city of Munich. Tado has always focused on making the energy use smarter and more efficient. And today we are taking this to the next level. And here's the plan. We start with short presentations from Christian, Markus and Michael. And then we will have a short Q&A where you can hand in your questions. So let's get started. And here's our co-founder, Christian.
Thank you, Simone. At Tado, we're offering an all-in-one energy management solution. A staggering amount of 40% of energy consumption stems from buildings in Europe. And this amount is forecasted to go above 50% rather soon. So let's have a look at these buildings and how the energy flows. The biggest energy consumption in a building is heating, cooling and hot water. Household energy is with 21% a rather small consumer of energy. Households which have an electric vehicle realize that it uses a lot of energy. Energy production actually comes either from rooftop solar or through the grid, and sometimes through an hourly dynamic energy tariff coupled to the wholesale markets, which is actually the cheaper option. Excess energy can either be stored in batteries or can be sold back to the energy grid. Customers which have a software managing all these energy flows actually save several €100 per year. As Tado, we offer exactly this. An all-in-one energy management solution. Very easy to install, easy to use, and for optimized energy cost. However, what's clear that home heating is the biggest consumer of electricity in a building. 79% of household energy is due to heating and hot water. So these heating systems deserve the best possible way of control. And in fact, most people actually still heat in an ancient way, and about €1,000 per person is accounted for heating and cooling per year. So let's have a look how this works. When people come home, they actually have to turn up the heating manually. And of course, it takes a while until homes heat up to the desired temperatures, and people often then freeze. People who have a central thermostat find it very difficult to use and complicated to program. When people open the window, they actually really need to remember to turn down the heating, to not heat out of the window and waste energy. And at the end of the year, the bill arrives, and it's typically a bad surprise with rising cost. And this is exactly the reason why we at Tado have invented the smart thermostat over 10 years ago, to reduce energy consumption and energy cost by 22% on average and to improve comfort at home. By now, we serve about 1 million customers across Europe. And in these 1 million households, we have 2.1 million users of our smart application, our smart energy management application. 500,000 of them actually use Tado on a daily basis even. All of our customers together have already had a big impact. Together, they have saved 2.3 million tons of CO2 emissions. And let's see how Tado digitizes the home heating world.
Tado helps you save energy without sacrificing comfort through intelligent features in the Tado app. Thanks to geofencing, the app recognizes whether you're at home or on the move. Tado not only reminds you to adjust the temperature, but it also determines the absence temperature and decides if and how you preheat before returning. Tado detects open windows without additional sensors and reminds you to pause the heating. With smart schedules, you can set the desired temperature for each room and every time individually. Energy IQ gives you full transparency about your energy consumption, costs, and savings, even a monthly comparison. You'll also find tips on how small changes in your heating behavior can save even more energy. Tado helps you save energy for the more important things in life.
Today is a big day for Tado. With our new product launch, we're bringing home heating to the next level. Markus, welcome to the stage.
Good morning. As the European leader for smart heating, we have intelligently controlled heating systems for more than 120 billion hours. That translates to over 2.4 trillion data points of highly structured heating information. Over the last 15 years, we've also received more than 80 billion user inputs, from every temperature change on the thermostat to every quick action in the app. We have gathered insights across all of Europe, across different climate zones, heating systems, and most importantly, across a wide variety of human behavior. And all of that led us to one core truth. We understand the heating domain and our user needs better than anyone else. And now something remarkable has happened. AI is no longer a concept in research labs or sci-fi movies. It's real, it's powerful, and things are possible that haven't been possible before. We've all seen it. AI is becoming part of our everyday lives, answering questions, assisting with tasks, generating art, and even helping scientists to develop new medicines. So we asked ourselves a simple question: why not generate our own AI and disrupt heating for the second time? Over the last years, we have shown how every year Tado makes the heating smarter. But this year is different. This is a huge leap. Today we are proud to announce AI Assist, the next generation AI-powered feature set. Built on a strong foundation of Auto Assist and completely reimagined with the power of artificial intelligence, it's something only Tado can do. Made possible by our deep expertise in heating systems, advanced data processing, and terabytes of real-world data. Let's take a look at what it can do. AI Assist comes with adaptive heating. Adaptive heating learns how each room in your home heats up and cools down, and continuously fine-tunes how your smart radiator thermostats control the temperature. If something changes, it relearns and adapts. The result? Way smoother temperature control, fewer overshoots, maximum comfort, and minimal energy waste. Adaptive heating works seamlessly in the background without interfering with your schedules or manual changes, so you are always in control. Also, geofencing got a serious upgrade this year with AI-powered preheat before arrival. Our state-of-the-art AI algorithm predicts when you will come home and starts preheating just in time for your arrival. Our models continuously learn and create predictions on a variety of parameters, like your location, your speed of movement, the time of the day of the week, and more. For example, let's say you pick up the kids from daycare every Tuesday and stop by Grandma's for an hour before returning home between 5 and 6 p.m. Over time, our AI will recognize this pattern and start preheating on days where it detects a similar routine, something that wasn't possible before. And it always does that securely, without saving your location data or even sharing it with a third party. It's like your home knows already you're on your way home before you even unlock your bike or car. And then there's Energy IQ. Energy IQ helps you to understand and manage your energy consumption. It shows you how much you spend for heating, breaks it down by room, and gives actionable insights. For example, it helps you to understand why you have spent more or less compared to the previous year, and even gives AI-powered forecasts to help you plan ahead. It's clarity and control powered by AI. And finally, Holiday Mode, a simple feature that makes the control of your heating even more convenient when you go on vacation. Just let Tado know when you're away, and it will turn everything down to save energy. And just before you return, it will turn the heating on again. This gives you the extra peace of mind the next time you go on vacation. And this is just a brief overview of some of the most exciting features of AI Assist. It also comes with all the familiar auto assist functionalities, such as geofencing, open window detection, can protect with incident detection, and more. AI Assist launches today. It's available for our users on the Tado X platform, our most advanced and sophisticated technology stack. And here's the best part. It comes at the same price as Auto Assist. Auto Assist customers on Tado X will automatically be upgraded starting today. With AI Assist, our users can now save up to 55% more on their energy bills. And for those who don't need the latest automations and AI features, our Tado app remains for free, giving you access to the smart schedule, manual control, Matter integration, and many other features. I am super excited about the launch of these new features and about how AI will continue to transform how we deliver savings and comfort at scale. To give you a look under the hood of the AI capabilities, please welcome Mike.
The path that got us where we are today started with our commitment to use data to make our products better. Every usage of our products provides us with information that we can leverage to ensure we provide as much customer value as possible. Not only did this drive require us as a company to cultivate a data-first culture, it also pushed us to develop and build the necessary technical tools necessary to achieve our goals. This has borne fruit in all areas of our product development. It has also laid the foundation for this next step. Every data-driven service requires corresponding systems that process the data to get it in a usable form. AI systems are no different. We use state-of-the-art software to manage our pipelines, process and build our models, and deliver the corresponding results to the customers in a timely fashion. In the few minutes that we've been speaking to you, Tado pipelines have processed over 1 gigabyte of telemetry information from our over 5 million connected devices, ensuring that that data is ready for further analyses and later model training. Some of the regular training of our deep neural network models can take up to 5 CPU months of processing time per 100,000 homes, but we have designed our systems to scale when our needs increase. But perhaps more important than what it is we do with the data is what we don't do with it. With AI Assist, all of the data is always fully under our stewardship on servers based in the EU. Instead of shipping our data off to some AI service provider, we have made the commitment to use our in-house expertise. But perhaps all the complexity that I just mentioned right now won't actually interest any Tado customer. Really, what's most important is that with AI Assist, customers can trust Tado to continuously learn and adapt to their heating system to ensure that those heating systems are operating optimally and with the most energy savings possible. Back to Christian.
In summary, AI Assist delivers the world's first AI-based heating energy management app. It consists of adaptive heating, AI-based preheat before arrival, flow temperature optimization, energy IQ, and many more. It delivers unprecedented energy savings, even 55% more compared to the standard Tado app. It's available from today for all new and existing Tado X customers. Today, Tado shows how AI revolutionizes home energy management.
Many thanks for your presentations. And now we'd love to hear from you. Please use the Q&A function to hand in your questions and we will answer as many as we can. So I already have a first question for you, Christian. Do you also include AI features into your EV smart charging or PV management software?
Yeah, in these fields, so for our Tado Smart Charging app and the PV management software, we're using a lot of algorithms and technology to actually predict hourly electricity prices, to also predict whether the sun will be shining, and also to predict certain customer behaviors. However, in a strict technical sense, in these areas, we're not yet using AI technology. So today, we're announcing the use of AI technology for our heating management, and specific our AI Assist feature.
Great, and that brings me directly to my next question from Georg Eble from E&M Magazine. So how strong is your competitive position in AI? And what is the technical implementation behind AI Assist? Markus?
I think we are in a quite strong position here, like we've also seen in the presentation. We have a lot of expertise in controlling heating systems. We have controlled heating systems for more than 120 billion hours. We have received a lot of user input in the last years. And we have also a lot of HVAC experts in-house. We have our data team in-house, the AI team. And I don't know anybody else in Europe who's in this position. And these are basically all the building blocks you need to have in order to build such a system. And maybe to say a little bit more about the technical implementation, I would hand that over to Mike.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Markus. So I have to be a little careful here not to give away any of our trade secrets. But some of the things I actually already mentioned during my talk, we make use of DNNs, deep neural networks. And maybe one other interesting thing to note is that, some of the things that we do, we're really getting information, data from devices, the apps, and taking that information, running it through our systems, and delivering the results really right back to the customers, to their systems right away. Some cases, we might take a little bit longer, and these are times where we need to maybe aggregate or accumulate more data, and then make the decision to optimize the system. And it might take maybe a few days. So those are sort of some interesting ways that we're using the information. Yeah.
Yeah, great. And actually, we have one more question also about the details. That's from Edmond. And it's which heating systems, so central heating with radiators, heat pumps, or hot air heating have the greatest potential for savings for the end user? So it's about the heating systems. So Markus?
Yeah, good question. It depends not only on the heating system, but also on other factors. At the end, depending on the system, you can do different things. For example, with heat pumps, you can also then optimize how you're using the electricity. So, for example, optimize it in a way that you're always turning the heat pump on when the electricity prices are low. If you're using a dynamic tariff, for example, that's something you cannot do with a gas boiler or with a radiator system. So it really depends. So, and I think the good thing about Tado is that we have, for all these different systems, different technologies and puzzle pieces that can then optimize the energy usage in these homes.
Okay. Anything to add from your side?
Yeah, I think Markus more or less covered everything that I would mention. Maybe just one thing is sort of interesting is, of course, that these different systems have different characteristics. For example, homes with radiators tend to heat up much more quickly, and so there, we can do sort of different things. So they're like the preheating, the AI preheating feature is really a really important thing there, because we can let the temperature fall when you go away, and then as you're coming home, we can basically say, oh, hey, you're on your way home. Let's get it back into home mode, and let's get it right back up at the temperature that you want when you arrive.
Yeah, exactly. And we have another question from Laura from Android World. When can people update their app today to use it? And is there a paid subscription needed? Markus?
Yeah, so people can upgrade their apps today. When that exactly will be, it also depends a little bit on the rollout of the app stores. Depends also often a little bit on the region where the user is. But the first user should be able to upgrade or update their app already now. And then the feature is rolled out to our users over the course of today. Mm-hmm. And for AI Assist, AI Assist is a subscription which comes at the same price as our previous Auto Assist subscription. So for these functionalities that we have presented today, the subscription is required.
Okay. Could you maybe explain again, sorry to ask you again, Markus, a little bit about the development of the app? So how did it work out? How did you work together also with the data science team? What was your strategy here?
The strategy? That's a very broad question. Yeah, I mean, it became clear over the time that we are really sitting here on a big asset. Yeah, so with the lots of data that we have access to and all the insights that we have gained over the years. So at some point we then sat together and said, okay, we should really leverage that even more. And then, yeah, it was somehow a collaboration between different teams, cloud team, the AI team, data team, app team, and then at the end, really a team effort to make this launch today happen.
Yeah, I was going to maybe just add one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
Though I think it's kind of taking a little bit from the product management. I know, like, we're really trying to develop features that people want, people need, and people can really use. And I think that also, you know, there was a strong desire from our customer base that they wanted features like this. And I think that's also kind of one of the reasons we're going in this. We have the ability to, and there's really also from the other side, the need and the desire.
Yeah. We have also a very interesting question from Dan Grabham from Staff. So he's actually asking how close are we to the fully autonomous heating systems? Yeah, so the heating systems that learn everything without user input. Markus, do you have an answer to this one?
I think today we made a big step in this direction. On the other hand, we also know that people often don't want a fully autonomous system. So what we have also seen when we developed other technologies is that people still want to be somehow in control. That's one thing. And that also somehow guides our decisions on what kind of products we build. And I think to have a system that at the end works in the best way for the user, we also always need some kind of user feedback. And this will probably stay like that for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's actually quite an interesting day, of course, for us. And we have one more question that's more about the details, about the changing of weather. So how fast would the system be in adapting to changes in the weather during winter season? So let's say we have a sudden drop in temperature in a week. So how fast can the system react? So that's a question for you, Mike.
It's a question for me. All right. Well, it's kind of a difficult question because it really depends upon the idiosyncrasies of a particular heating system, of a particular home, the insulation, etc. I mean, one of the things is that it also kind of depends on you know what sorts of features we're talking about. If we're talking about the AI preheating feature, that doesn't matter here, right? So we're able to figure out. We don't need to tune that system for these kinds of differences. Mm-hmm. For the adaptive preheating system, I think that also we kind of expect maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days where that should hopefully then sort of adapt and get into the winter season.
Yeah, and I mean, winter is right in front of the door, so right? It's getting there soon. And I have also another question that's from Edmond. AI tends to be sometimes very technical. I agree with that. And what is done to make it to all users understandable? So, Markus, do you have an answer to this?
Yeah, it's also a good point. So we also put a lot of effort into how we can explain that best to customers. Mm-hmm. And one group that I missed before is our designers and user experience designers. So they worked hard on that part of the story. So to ensure that we develop not features that just technically make sense, but also that it's something users want and understand, and that we also present it in a way and explain it in the app in a way that customers understand it. And the one part that we also touched earlier, that customers want to stay in control, is also really important here. So therefore, for example, we designed adaptive heating in a way that still your schedule is your schedule, and you know what's happening.
Yeah. So actually, there's also another question from Edmond Warlik, and talking about keeping the control of the system. So he's asking, how will you reach households with older buildings or customers who aren't very technical? Yeah, so is there a way that especially these customers can use AI Assist?
Yeah, also I think here, so with Tado X, we also focused, while we developed this new product series, a lot of making it simple to install, which is really important, but also simple to use. And also here, we really tweaked our app in a way that it's understandable for everybody and not just for people with a degree in physics or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe to add here, so our products are very simple to use. So when you, for example, go to the thermostat and you want to turn up the temperature, either you just press the buttons to turn it up or down, or on the radiators you turn it left or right in order to change temperature settings, as well as also in the Tado app. When you go into a room screen, you can just adjust temperatures by easily moving the bar up and down. So let's say the core functionality of adjusting your temperature couldn't be easier with Tado. And then, I mean, the technology like AI Assist actually works in the background for you to save energy. And of course, you can adjust some settings there and go into details for the people who are interested in. And then eventually see everything in your comfort graph in the app, in your climate report, see how the temperature, humidity, and so on behave, but also in Energy IQ, how much energy you have spent, and so on. So everything is visible in the analytics, but from the start, very, very easy to use. And then people can go into more details if they want to, but don't necessarily have to. So it's as Marcus said, designed to be very easy to start with.
Yeah.
Maybe I can just say one thing. I think you guys really focus on like the user interface, the user experience, that kind of thing. And I think the question also got a little bit at, the compatibility with older buildings, older systems. And I think there, we're still like the same value proposition we had before is valid today, which is, a lot of these older systems are compatible with Tado. You don't need the brand new heat pump. You can, with your radiator systems, with boilers, these are still going to work with Tado.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, there's a nice question that connects also here. It's more about children, for example, or pets that are at home. It's from Frank. So, are there any plans to link away mode to rooms and people? So, for example, so that the living room remains unheated when the parents are away, but the children's room continues to be heated when only the teenager is at home. So are there any plans, Christian? So I'm looking at you regarding this, and maybe you can explain a little bit what our strategy is here.
Yeah.
I can maybe also take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, usually we don't comment on any future feature releases or our roadmap. But what I can say is this feature is something we also already thought a lot about, and is something not only Frank is wishing for. So we definitely have it on our radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well put. Thank you. Thank you, Martin, for saving me.
And of course, there's the smart schedule that you can use for children at the moment, right? So that's also possible. And yeah. And then there's the last question, this one for you, Christian.
Yeah.
Will the standard feature of the Tado app remain free?
Yes, so we will continue our long-standing two-tier model of standard features being free, being part of our Tado Free app. And then the more sophisticated features like AI Assist and the topics we spoke about today as part of AI Assist being behind a paywall, being as part of a subscription. It's also for us, we continuously strive to further develop our product, and which is of course costly in development, but also costly on a monthly basis for our server expenses and so on. So therefore, these more advanced functionalities are as part of this subscription here for the price of 29.99 euros a year.
Yeah, and that's what you can get right now, AI Assist in the Tado app. And that was already the last question. So thank you all on behalf of the whole Tado team. Thank you for joining us today. You will have all the relevant press information in your inbox right after this call. If you have any further questions, do not hesitate to contact us. And now we wish you a wonderful rest of the day.